Well, continuing the epic Lucasfilm, nosedive, as you could call it. Lando was a show that was announced back in 2020. 2023 rolls around. We still haven't got it. However, what has happened is that the showrunner got fired. The lead actor, Donald Glover, got hired to write the show. And the showrunner, Justin Simien, who was fired, wasn't told he'd been fired. In fact, he's just found out that he was fired on social media. Not a good look, Lucasfilm. Not a good look at all, mate. In fact, it makes you look like, a lump of shit, to be fair. Like, you're awful. What a way to treat employees, eh? Find out you've been fired by logging on to social media. That's absolutely ridiculous. Bearing in mind, this is someone that's currently working for Disney. You know, did the direction for Haunted Mansion, so he's doing all the promo rounds. So he's promoting Disney. Disney fire him. They don't tell him, and he finds out by logging on to the interwebs. Absolutely outrageous. So let's take a look. Honestly, who in their right mind would want to work for Kathleen Kennedy now? Who? Well, because it's a big brand. Who cares? That brand kills people now. As in, it kills their career. So at the end of 2020, Lucasfilm announced that Justin Simien would serve as showrunner on a Lando TV series starring Solo, a Star Wars story, Donald Glover. Now, we heard nothing about it since then. Become a bit of a meme, never seen the light of day. Glover's frequently danced around the question of whether he's going to be coming back. And as for Simien, he was obviously promoting Disney's Haunted Mansion, which he was hired to direct. And then he's been asked about Lando, being not rude or anything, or speaking out of turn unprofessionally, but he just said, I haven't heard about it, basically. What they created, what I created for them, they seemed really happy about, but I just haven't heard anything since. Now, the studio reportedly told him they had to figure out everyone's availability, so apparently it was a scheduling issue. But shortly after those comments started being covered by various websites and individuals like me on YouTube, Donald Glover and his brother are writing the show because Justin Simien's gone. However, no one bothered to tell Justin Simien. Now, just as an FYI, I don't think it's wise to hire the lead actor and his brother to write the show anyway. I always think when you're hiring lead actors for the shows that they're starring in to help generate story for their show, I think it's a recipe for disaster, to be fair. Genuinely. I don't think it's good. I think it's really, really, really bad. I think it always leads to shit. So, yeah, Justin Simien learned of the change on social media. So he was quick to share kind words for Donald Glover's, Donald Glover and his brother. He was pretty disappointed, bearing in mind he's literally working for Disney right now. And Lucasfilm have not bothered to even tell him. So this is what happened. Justin Simien. This is me finding out right now. Donald Glover and brother Stephen to write Lando series. Just staggering. Donald is a national treasure. Glad he and Stephen got to carry the character forward their way. Can't wait to see. Rooting for everyone. Rooting for everybody. Black? Don't know what that means. Outrageous. Like, how can you do that? How can you do that to people? I mean, good on him. He doesn't have to take the high road, but he did. But why would you? Like, good on him for taking the high road. What an awful way to treat employees. Awful way to treat employees. He's just like, yeah, okay. Staggering. And that's interesting. This website's like, Kathleen Kennedy's time as Lucasfilm president has been nothing if not rocky, particularly when it comes to maintaining relationships with filmmakers. Well, this is true, right? So Kathleen Kennedy has fired more people than she's hired because there's so many projects that have been announced that have never come to fruition. She's actually ended up firing more people than she's hired. Absolutely outrageous. Now, I think what's really sad about this is the fact that this individual, Justin Simien, is quite literally currently working for Disney because he's promoting Haunted Mansion. He's literally doing a promo tour for Haunted Mansion. So he's going to be asked this in interviews non-stop now. So what about? So sorry, did you didn't? They didn't bother to tell you? No, what's going on? Can you imagine being on the receiving end of that? Goodness me, awful. But this, as I said, is Kathleen Kennedy, Lucasfilm, through and through. This is Disney's way of handling things through and through, and it's really disappointing. You know, it really does just baffle me why anyone wants to work for them, because their IPs are not, you know, flying off the shelves. They're not incredibly well liked anymore. Like, no one really cares about Star Wars as much as they used to, that's for sure. You had Jon Favreau leading the charge with The Mandalorian at one point, but now, what is there? Nothing. Ahsoka, who cares? A Lando series. No one cares about Lando. Mark my words, Lando will be one of the lowest viewed series for Star Wars. Guaranteed. Now, that's not to say that, you know, Justin Simien's was going to be any better, but you don't fire people in that manner. Oh, yeah. Donald Glover's got the job now. Sorry, what? So last he heard, Justin Simien, he was just waiting for a call because they didn't, it was scheduling conflicts. They didn't know what was going on. What an arsehole. What an arsehole, Kathleen Kennedy. Absolutely outrageous. What do you guys think, though? I'd love to hear it. I mean, it's not going to be anything good, is it? Let's be honest. You can't think anything good of good old Kathleen Kennedy right now for handling this situation in this fashion. Shame. True shame. You'd think, at this point, she's burnt every bridge afforded to her. And it again, I say it every single time, it is insane to me that she is still there. It's insane to me. It doesn't make any sense. How on earth does she still have a job? She must have dirt on someone. She must do. Either that, or previous contracts that George Lucas set up, and it's written in stone. You know, you can't break it, apparently. But let me know what you think down below. Love to hear it. Cheers, guys. Take care. Bye-bye now.